You see they got their security there now, so we're closed due to technical issues. All those bikes in there, you wonder what's going to happen to them, don't you? There we go, Superbike Factory all closed up. It's such a shame to see it like that. They had a clothing and accessory store next door, and I really did enjoy going in there. The chap that worked in there was so good, so knowledgeable. He's helped us on many occasions. You see they got their security there now because they're probably worried about people breaking in and taking stuff from the shop, which, you know, there's some unscrupulous people in this world that would do such a thing. But yeah, if you're turning up here today to pick your bike up, you're going to be out of luck. So as you can see, all the bikes are still in there. It's probably just as they shut the door, they haven't been able to do anything with it. Let's have a look on the door. So we're closed due to technical issues, but we've seen it all in the media now. We all know what it is. You know, they've gone into administration, unfortunately. So out there, Louise had seen a Triumph Street Twin in there that she liked, but yeah, one, we're glad we didn't buy it because of this now. But what a shame, eh? You want to see these things prosper, like them or hate them. You want to see them do well. It's just such a shame. Welcome to Mad About Bikes, and welcome to a short video. A video I actually hadn't planned to make. I'm actually in the middle of editing our Brands Hatch weekend British Superbikes video, but I had to pop out this morning, and after having discussions with people at Brands Hatch and finding out on Friday, today's Monday, that the Superbike Factory has gone into administration, I just wanted to come on and give you my personal experience, because I very nearly did get caught up in the whole web of the administration of Superbike Factory, which I'll talk about in a minute. But let's just talk about the Superbike Factory itself. It's got a mix of opinions on it, and I've been shopping there for a while. I've never actually bought a motorcycle from there, even though I nearly did recently, which I'll talk about again in a minute. I've been going over to the Superbike Factory since it opened at Crawley, and I've been buying stuff in the accessory shop, and the staff in there couldn't be any nicer. The guy and the girls that works in there, absolutely brilliant. They're always on hand to help and advise. The bike side of it, yeah, I've watched loads of YouTube videos, read loads of reviews. I think any used bike sales place, same as cars, you're going to get hit and miss. You're going to get some lemons in there. Unfortunately, a lot of the reviews I hear about the Superbike Factory kind of paints it all with the same brush. There's also been lots of many happy customers in the Superbike Factory, and the staff over there have always been pretty decent, to be fair. Now, the reason I wanted to come on and talk about it is because I do have my own personal experience. I almost bought a bike in there a few weeks ago. It's this bike here, it's the Tracer 900, and again, going back to the opinions of the place itself, people saying the bikes are filthy, they're not good condition, their history's sketchy. On this occasion, it wasn't. The bike had great history and it was mega clean. And I very nearly bought it, and the only was two reasons I didn't really. I am in the process of looking at another bike to replace my Cross Tourer. If you watch the channel, you would know that. And I have been looking at the Aoocci, another bike's brand new. So I didn't buy the Tracer, but one of the biggest reasons I didn't buy it is because the Superbike Factory actually won't let you test ride anything. They don't have a test ride policy, which actually I think is stupid, daft. How on earth would you be expected to buy a bike, not having ridden it, a used bike? You want to get on it, one, to make sure that you like it, and two, to make sure it doesn't rattle, you know, the engine sounds okay. I would never buy a bike blind and then take it out of the showroom after paying for it, then be knackered and have the rigmarole of trying to get my money back. That's just not going to happen. So maybe that's part of the reason they kind of haven't done so well, I don't know. But on a customer service point of view, and the bikes that I had looked at, they all seemed alright to me. But it has a real human side to this story, so you know, it has gone into administration, which is terrible for any business. It's just horrible to hear of businesses going down, especially in the bike world, when used bikes and biking itself is struggling. Bike sales are struggling. To have a business go into administration is awful. But the human side of it's even worse. You know, there's people that work in all these Superbike factories all over the country that went into work as a salesman, mechanic, bike cleaner, you know, receptionist, whatever job you did in there, you would have gone in and the very next day found out that you didn't have work. That's just awful on any level, on any business, and I really feel for you guys. I really do. And there's the other side of it. You know, if you've gone in, like I very nearly did a few weeks ago, and bought a motorcycle or put a deposit down on a motorcycle, what happens then? What happens next? Because do you get your money back? Have you lost it? Have they been in communication with you? I don't know. I'd really be keen to find out in the comments if you're in a position where you've purchased a motorcycle or put a deposit down, or even purchased one and taken it away, and you've bought all the package, the service package and the warranty. You know, do you know what happens next? Have you been told? I am genuinely keen to know, because I'm really concerned for these people. And I think if you're watching this video and you are concerned and you want someone that's, you know, gone and purchased a motorcycle or even worked in Superbike Factory and you just don't know what's going to happen next, if anybody could shed any light on it, pop it in the comments below, because, you know, there'll be a lot of worried staff and a lot of worried bikers out there at the moment because of the sudden administration close of the Superbike Factory. So the human side of it is massive. It's much more than the opinions that people have on the Superbike Factory itself. But you know, there's always a reason these things go into administration. There's always a reason it didn't make enough money. I don't know what that is, and I don't really want to know what it is, to be fair. You know, it's their business, but it's just awful. And we really did like going over there. A few times I took Louise over there just to sit on bikes. You know, she's a short rider, as you know if you watch her channel. We never really knew what bike suited her, so just to be able to go in somewhere where it had a ton of used bikes that we could sit on of all different varieties and brands and makes and everything else like that, we could just go over there, and the staff will never push you. You know, they always were friendly and come over, can I help you, and you know, as they should, but they were never pushy and never stopped us just sitting on the bikes and having a look around the shop, and we always felt welcome in there. So that's a real shame for people that just kind of use the Superbike Factory or go in there just to, well, for that reason. And yeah, I don't really know what to say really. It's just a shame. It's just a shame that it's happened. You know, like I said, biking's struggling enough as it is if you read the headlines. So yeah, I just wanted to come on and make a short video and really just put our heart out to the people that are affected by this awful news that it's closed. A channel that I watch, Twisted Therapy, they said it beautifully at the end of their video and said it's not about the headlines, it's about the people, and that's really what it's all about when a company goes down. So what's going to happen to all the bikes in that shop there that's sitting there collecting dust, who knows, who knows.